The Midnight Manuscript. Morgan sat in their dimly lit study, poring over a new manuscript left on their doorstep, its cover worn and pages yellowed with age. The words seemed to leap off the pages, detailing a crime eerily similar to one reported in the morning news. Chilled by the coincidence, Morgan couldn't shake the feeling that the manuscript held more than just a story. The following day, another crime occurred, matching the description in the next chapter of the manuscript. Determined to uncover the truth, Morgan visited the old library in search of answers. The library was vast, with shelves towering high, filled with dusty books and hidden knowledge. Evelyn, the librarian, greeted Morgan, her eyes twinkling with curiosity as she noticed the manuscript. "This looks like an old collection," Evelyn remarked, recognizing the binding from her years of cataloging. Evelyn led Morgan to a secluded section of the library, where rare and mysterious books were kept. They spent hours combing through ancient texts, searching for any clues about the manuscript's origin. One book caught Evelyn's eye, an obscure text on predictive writing and its connections to real events. As they flipped through the pages, they discovered references to a long-lost group of authors who predicted crimes. Morgan felt a surge of anxiety, realizing the manuscript might be more than just a story, it was a blueprint. That night, Morgan could hardly sleep, haunted by the thought of what the next chapter might reveal. The next morning, they found another chapter slipped under their door, detailing a crime yet to happen. Desperate, Morgan reached out to Finn, a detective with a reputation for solving the unsolvable. Finn was skeptical at first, dismissing the manuscript as a coincidence or a twisted joke. But when the predicted crime occurred exactly as described, Finn knew they were dealing with something sinister. Together, Morgan and Finn traced the manuscript's origins, discovering it was linked to a notorious criminal. The criminal, known only as Vance, had never been caught but was rumored to be a master manipulator. Vance was said to have a talent for framing others, making innocent people appear guilty of heinous acts. As they delved deeper, Morgan and Finn realized that each chapter of the manuscript was a setup, targeting specific people. They needed to act fast to prevent the next crime from happening and save the intended victim. Morgan studied the manuscript, trying to decipher any hidden clues that might reveal the location of the next crime. Finn kept a close eye on potential suspects, knowing that Vance could be anyone, hiding in plain sight. Days passed without another crime, but the tension grew as the manuscript's final chapters loomed closer. Morgan and Finn worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments of information from both the manuscript and real life. They discovered that Vance was using the manuscript as a way to taunt the authorities, staying one step ahead. Each crime was meticulously planned, leaving no evidence that could directly link back to Vance. Morgan began to feel the weight of responsibility, knowing they were the only ones who could stop the madness. Evelyn provided an important lead, a list of names connected to a secret society of writers with criminal ties. One name stood out, Vance. The mastermind had been hiding in the shadows, pulling the strings all along. With this information, Finn started narrowing down the suspects, focusing on those with ties to the society. As they drew closer to Vance, the stakes became higher, with more lives hanging in the balance. The manuscript's final chapter was the most chilling, describing a crime so terrible it would shake the city. Morgan realized that the manuscript wasn't just predicting crimes, it was giving instructions to Vance's accomplices. Time was running out, and they needed to catch Vance before the final crime was carried out. Finn set a trap, using the information from the manuscript to lure Vance out into the open. The plan was risky, but it was their best shot at stopping Vance and saving innocent lives. Morgan couldn't help but feel nervous as they waited for Vance to take the bait, knowing the danger they faced. The tension was palpable as the hours ticked by, each second bringing them closer to the final showdown. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, matching the description of Vance from the manuscript. Finn sprang into action, apprehending Vance before they could execute the final crime. Vance smirked, confident that they would get away with it, but Morgan held the manuscript's final secret. Morgan revealed a hidden passage in the manuscript, proving Vance's guilt beyond a shadow of a doubt. Vance's expression changed from smug to shocked as the evidence was laid bare, sealing their fate. The authorities quickly moved in, arresting Vance and dismantling the criminal network they had built. Morgan breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that the city was safe from Vance's manipulations. The manuscript, once a tool of terror, was now a key piece of evidence in the trial against Vance. Evelyn was proud of Morgan's bravery, knowing they had saved countless lives with their determination. Finn commended Morgan for their courage and insight, recognizing their crucial role in solving the case. With Vance behind bars, the city returned to a sense of normalcy, but the memory of the crimes lingered. Morgan decided to write a new story, this time about the power of truth and the triumph of justice. As they sat at their desk, Morgan felt a sense of closure, knowing they had turned fiction into reality for the better. The library became a place of solace, where Morgan and Evelyn would meet to discuss new mysteries. Finn remained a close ally, always ready to tackle the next challenge that came their way. The Midnight Manuscript was locked away, its dark history serving as a reminder of the dangers of storytelling. Morgan knew that they had faced the ultimate test and emerged victorious, with the knowledge that stories can change the world. And so, the tale of the Midnight Manuscript ended, not with fear, but with hope, as a new chapter began in Morgan's life.